feel like a f***ing warrior. I'm Dolo. But they gonna tell me I'm like that. I'm like that. What am I mother? What? I wish when y'all drink niggas over here, we just shot when y'all niggas y'all face. We never went love. What am I, mom? Making a movie on live. I got a dog. What am I? That means. Well, I'm on a block, Dolo. I'm on a block. I'm on a block. I'm on a block.
And at a certain point, K-Flock seems to spot who he was looking for, but is then immediately spotted himself by the cops.
We got some wild breaking news today. Bronx drill rapper K-Flock just got hit with 25 years in federal prison. This whole situation has been brewing for a long time, so let's rewind to where it all started. See that big 1090 pendant shining on his neck? Yeah, that one right there. Well, it's loud, bold, and it means something serious in the streets. Free scrap, they keep saying. Had to throw that in there. Now listen close, because this part is key. Everything Ross is breaking down checks out, but there's one little detail that changes everything. If we rewind a bit, you'll see K-Flock on the left, standing next to a female. Maybe a sister, cousin, whoever, but it's a girl next to him. When the other dude steps out of the barbershop, things explode, words are exchanged, and next thing you know, there's a confrontation. Reports say they found a gun on the guy's body. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what's being said. K-Flock ends up getting picked up for murder when he's just 18 years old. That charge could have ended his whole life. But here's the twist. He beat the case on self-defense. The murder charge got dropped. That was the biggest fight of his career. If the judge had convicted him, he'd be gone forever. Word is, even the judge got emotional. Some even say the judge cried when K-Flock walked free. What a wild turn of events. The judge didn't have it in him to throw such a young dude away for life, so instead, he handed K-Flock what's basically a quarter of a life sentence. 25 years. Still heavy, but not forever. Now let's dig deeper into why this whole situation played out the way it did. Remember, the body dropped on self-defense. K-Flock wasn't just protecting himself that night. He had a woman with him, and things could have gone real bad if shots started flying. If that bullet had hit her, it would have been a whole different tragedy. And that's the part people skip over, and the man who got hit wasn't some random civilian. Word is he had some kind of street ties, some whatever connection.
But the boys right here. You can't do nothing. Look,
She right here, you
You can't do nothing.
Fog, watch yourself. So, yeah. I'm not doing nothing, bro. I'm so. Alright. Rats, where the mom? Look, I'm about to run down. Where my dad? The boys right there, look.
Nobody's running.
Nobody's running. The boys right there.
If y'all didn't know, this is how you get indicted.
Yeah. The boys right there, like, look. So come here, come around the block. Come around the block. Came more there, boys down, look, boys still down there. Boys still.
Basically, this wasn't a clean-cut situation at all. Then you got Ron, number 9, the one who really helped Flock get his start in music. He's the one who pushed him into the drill scene, which of course traces all the way back to Chicago. That's where it all began. The dark, gritty, real-life sound that took over New York, Jacksonville, and pretty much every city that lived that lifestyle. Drill wasn't just another rap trend. It opened a new lane in hip-hop. It made raw stories mainstream. But sadly, that same energy started turning into something dangerous for every city that embraced it. Soon things got messy. Flock and D-Thang would jump on Instagram Live, spinning, taunting, trading shots online. The tension was real. That's exactly how people end up indicted, bro. It wasn't just music anymore. It became a street battlefield with beats. Word to his dad, this right here is exactly what K-Flock got indicted for. He was out there sliding on blocks, posted up, and even going live showing he had it on him, looking for whoever wanted smoke. When the confrontation finally came, it went bad fast. Shots fired, someone ended up hit, and next thing you know, Flock gets picked up on a murder and slapped with a RICO case plus a stack of serious charges. Let's break this down. On February 23rd, 2023, the feds made a massive move. 8 members of the Bronx gang, South Side and Third Side, were hit with charges for murder, racketeering, and a list of violent offenses. And right there, first name on the list, Kevin Perez, better known as K-Flock. According to reports, Perez allegedly murdered Hernandez in broad daylight on December 16, 2021, right in Manhattan. Before that, in both 2020 and 2021, Prosecutors say he and 2 others fired shots at rival crews during street beefs.
That's that mud. That's that mud. That's that mud.
Stupid, y'all.
I'm muddy.
Dthang would go on to prod his op, referencing their earlier song, saying that there's no more Free Dougie B because he'll soon be RIP and the YGs are going to take his life.
By the time this new indictment dropped, K Flock was just 19 years old, yet the charges stacked against him were insane. We're talking racketeering conspiracy, murder in aid of racketeering, using a firearm resulting in death, attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, and more. The feds weren't playing. They threw everything at him. He was staring down mandatory life in prison, maybe even the death penalty, at only 19. It's wild. Just a year earlier, at 18, he was already fighting a murder case. Then the feds came back and doubled down on him. But one thing that people still say about K Flock, he stayed solid. He never folded, never tried to switch up his story, and stood on who he said he was, no matter how heavy it got. K Flock never showed fear, not once. He didn't snitch, didn't cooperate, didn't run from anything. When the pressure came, he stood tall and fought back. When he went looking for trouble, he didn't hide. He banged it out face to face. Now, he just has to sit down and take the sentence that came with it, because that's part of the life he chose. No question about it. K Flock was deep in it. Everyone in the Bronx scene knows what he was on. He's got that body under his belt, though he beat the case on self-defense. So yeah, he walked free that time, but people know what really happened. He lived that gangster life, spinning on blocks, making music, repping his crew, all of it.
It was gunning. It was gunning. Oh, why? What? Oh, why? I slapped the shit out you. Tell him 800 niggas that suck my, you heard? Hey, yo, you heard? Tell him 800 that suck my dick. Don't run. Don't run. Go ahead.
Was he the smartest gangster? Nah, not really. Even his lawyers said that in court. They argued that drill rapper K Flock couldn't have been the leader of a violent Bronx crew, claiming he had some kind of intellectual disability. His legal team used that as a reason for the judge to show mercy during his sentencing. At 22 years old, standing in Manhattan federal court, the defense claimed that a key witness, another member of his crew, only said Flock was in charge because of how the prosecution framed the story. They painted Flock as someone not capable of organizing that kind of street movement on his own. But the feds weren't buying any of it. They fired back hard, saying it was just a transparent excuse to dodge responsibility. They insisted K Flock was the one calling the shots, the one leading the charge in those Bronx streets. Prosecutors demanded that the judge hit him with 50 years behind bars for his role in what they called a gang-fueled wave of gun violence stretching from 2020 to 2022, spilling over from the Bronx into Upper Manhattan. So while the defense tried to soften the image, saying he couldn't be the ringleader, the feds stood firm, saying K Flock ran it all, and now he's got to face every year that comes with it. That whole stretch of violence ended with the murder of 24-year-old Hernandez, and it all went down in less than 18 months. During that time, K Flock and his crew were deep in it. They launched a full-on campaign of chaos across the Bronx. They didn't just keep old rivalries alive, they sparked new ones, pulling more people into street wars that hadn't even existed before. Dozens were shot at, hurt, and even killed during that short period. And prosecutors claimed the surge in gun violence was fueled heavily by K Flock's influence. The jury didn't let him walk on everything. They hit him hard with racketeering conspiracy, serious weapons, and assault charges. But there was one major twist. He was acquitted of the murder. His lawyers fought hard, arguing that the December 16, 2021 shooting of Hernandez in Hamilton Heights was self-defense. The jury bought it, at least on that charge, and Flock avoided another life-ending conviction. Then came the final chapter, the sentencing. According to Inner City Press, Kevin Perez, better known as K Flock, was officially sentenced to 25 years in federal prison. That's 300 months. The feds had pushed for 50 years, but the judge came down the middle and gave him half that. At just 22 years old, K Flock got hit with a quarter-century behind bars. He's already served about 5 years, which means he's looking at roughly 20 more to go. And since federal time usually requires serving at least 85%, that means he's expected to spend around 17 solid years inside. So do the math. By the time he touches free ground again, he'll be in his late 30s, maybe early 40s. Still young enough to rebuild a life, but far from the teen star that once took over the Bronx drill scene. It's crazy to think. The same energy that made him a legend also locked him up for decades. K-Flock is most likely heading to a U.S. penitentiary, USP, one of the toughest spots in the federal system. Once he's inside, he'll probably link up with either the blood car or the New York car, because that's how it goes in the feds. You ride with your people. The federal system is active, bro. There's no chilling in there. But one thing's for sure, K-Flock's name carries weight. He stayed solid, stayed loyal, and that's gonna earn him respect from both sides. Still, fame doesn't pay the bills in prison. As big as K-Flock's name got, he never really blew up beyond New York, you feel me? His music was buzzing, but he didn't get that huge industry bag before everything crashed down. So now he's facing a long stretch with no real money and a lot of hard time ahead of him. And that's the sad truth about living that gangster life. It comes with a price. Years behind bars, missed chances, and time you can't ever get back. Nobody even knows if he's got kids. If not, that means the only shot he'll have to start a family will be after he gets out. He's gonna miss a lot of life, man. By the time he comes home, he'll be one of those old heads who did decades inside, who held it down, earned respect, and never broke under pressure. People will talk about how he kept it real and stood on business, but when he finally walks out, the world will be different. Fast forward 20 years. Imagine K-Flock stepping back into a world that moved on without him. The music scene, the streets, even YouTube, all changed. New stars, new sounds, new rules. He might pop up online and people will be like, "Who's this old head?" not realizing he once ran the Bronx. That's the real cost of the street legend life. You trade your prime years for a name that fades by the time you're free. Now with K-Flock officially sentenced and shipped off to the feds, the Bronx scene feels different. His name still echoes through every block, every studio, and every drill beat that drops. But even with all that love, there's this heavy silence, like people finally realizing what it costs to really live that life. A lot of the younger rappers who came up watching him are starting to move different. Some of them still talk tough online, but behind the scenes, they're thinking twice before sliding or posting anything wild. It's like K-Flock's story turned into a real-life lesson, a blueprint of how fast fame can flip into federal time. Still, Flock's fans haven't stopped showing support. His songs are streaming heavy, his videos still trending, and the free K-Flock comments flood every post that mentions his name. Even locked up, he's got a certain power. That street respect that doesn't fade overnight. People close to him say he's already adjusting inside, linking with solid people and keeping his mind right. They say he's been writing, planning new tracks, and thinking about how to make a comeback when he touches down again. If that's true, imagine the energy when K-Flock finally drops a new record from behind bars. That could shake the whole internet. But while he's holding it down, the streets he left behind are shifting fast. The Bronx drill wave is changing. New sounds, new artists, new crews trying to fill that space he left open. Everyone's inspired by the chaos and the fame, but also scared by what happened to him. Because they see now, this game gets real. K-Flock's legacy might end up bigger than his career ever was. His story's got everything: music, loyalty, danger, loss, and survival. He's living proof that you can be on top one moment and in a cell the next. Whether people see him as a cautionary tale or a street legend, one thing's for sure: his name won't be forgotten anytime soon. And when he finally steps back into the free world, gray hair, older, wiser, the world's gonna stop for a second just to see what K-Flock's next move will be. As K-Flock sits down in that federal cell, his case is becoming one of the most talked about moments in drill history. Every blog, podcast, and street channel got something to say about it. Some call him a street legend, others say he threw it all away, but either way, everyone's watching. It's wild because K-Flock's story shines a spotlight on how real the drill movement got. What started as music, just beats and bars, turned into a war zone soundtrack. For K-Flock, those lyrics weren't just entertainment. They were his life in real time, and the feds watched every post, every lyric, every live video, turning it all into evidence. Now the industry's reacting too. Record labels are being way more careful with who they sign, and rappers are realizing those real-life bars can actually put them behind bars. Nobody wants to be the next headline. Rapper charged in federal case. It's changing how the whole scene moves. Meanwhile, behind those walls, K-Flock is adapting to prison life. Word is, he's been hitting the yard, staying sharp and keeping his head down while plotting his next steps. People close to him say he's still focused on the music, trying to write, plan, and figure out what comes next for his story. Even from the inside, his team's keeping his name alive, dropping unreleased tracks, reposting old clips, and making sure the streets don't forget who set the tone for Bronx drill. His impact's still heavy. You can hear his style in every new artist coming out of the borough. But time is moving fast, and the world's not waiting. New stars are rising, new trends are taking over, and social media moves on quick. By the time K-Flock touches back down, the game might be unrecognizable. Still, if he plays it smart, keeps writing, and keeps his focus, there's a real chance he could come back stronger. People love a comeback story, and K-Flock's got one that could shake the whole culture. His name might have been written in court papers, but it's also written in hip-hop history. And no matter what happens next, K-Flock's story is far from over. Now here's the truth a lot of people don't talk about. You got plenty of gangsters who come home after doing years, and the streets barely show them love anymore. Inside, they had crazy respect. Nobody dared cross them. They didn't even have to lift a finger. Someone would handle it on their behalf. That's real power in the system. But when they come back home, the world's moved on. The same streets that once praised them now barely remember their names. And that's exactly what K-Flock's walking into. He's going in as a 22-year-old, still young, still full of energy, but when he steps out, he'll be OG age. That's decades of life gone. You gotta respect how he handled it though. He didn't fold, didn't talk, didn't point fingers. He faced it like a man and stood on what he believed in. I might not agree with every move he made, but I respect the way he owned up to what came with it. Hopefully this whole story opens some eyes. All the people out there trying to live like these rappers, take a real look at what this lifestyle brings. You think you're built for it? Lock yourself in a bathroom for 3 days and see if you can handle that. Now imagine 20 years. This life ain't a movie. Those sentences are real, and so is death. Everybody thinks they're gonna be the one who blows up, gets the fame, the money, the spotlight, but even the superstars are getting indicted. Look at Lil Durk. Look at King Von. One gone, one still fighting for his life in court. This cycle doesn't stop unless someone finally says, enough. You can't break the curse if you keep walking down the same path that destroyed everyone before you. If you really want to win, build something different. Stay focused, stay out the mix, and think long term. Because once you're locked in that cell, the same fans screaming your name online, they move on quick. At the end of the day, K-Flock's story is bigger than music. It's a lesson. Respect, fame, loyalty, it all comes with a price, and only a few make it out to tell the story. But hey, this has been 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all. Are y'all rocking with me? Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about the whole K-Flock situation. Do you think he can bounce back when he comes home? Till next time.